In the 1920s in the United Kingdom, times were changing in regards to motorsport. It had been nearly 20 years since the first motor race in the UK, and a little place called West Kingsdown in Kent decided they wanted to have a circuit for themselves. Originally, the first race was actually run between cyclists and cross-country runners. A little bit different, considering that now, almost 94 years later, Brands Hatch is hosting tonight's round of the Power Max Racing Megane Trophy here with NXTGEN for round 3 of Season 18's Championship. I'm Jack TM53, I'm your commentator for tonight's race. I'm fairly certain it's going to be absolutely excellent. We've got a number of different variables going on for tonight's race. This is going to be fantastic to run you through very shortly, which I will do. And at the moment we're in practice, just watching a number of drivers going around the circuit. We've got D Whitehouse, our championship leader, who's going round at the moment. So just wait and see what happens over the following half an hour, which is going to be some excellent racing, I'm certain of it. Now, as it stands, we've got one driver who's gone for a very big spin in the weeds. I'm not certain who that is. Let's have a quick score. Oh, 1805's doing some donuts in the steel seal car. He's having a fun time there. We'll leave him to it. So, whilst this is all ongoing, we do have a top 4 reverse grid to contend with tonight. It's going to contain the 4 top drivers in the championship, trying to fight their way through the order if they can, if that's possible for them to do so. Now, the 4 drivers that we have got who are going to be taking part in those top 4 reverse grids are as follows. D Whitehouse, our championship leader, he's on 38 points currently. He will start from the back. He'll set a 1:30 lap time or there or thereabouts. Timmy DJG94, he's in second place in the championship on 33. He'll start second to last. Snav, who's in the pits currently in the Power Products car, there he is. You can just see him at the front there in that white and grey orange livery. He's on 30 points. He starts third to last. And Danzo, who's literally just joined into the lobby, is 4th in the championship, the highest he's ever been in the Megane Trophy series. He starts 4th to last. He will have to qualify 4th to last. He's got a 1-minute lap time that he needs to set. I will try and remind him of that. I may need to type in the chat box, so you'll see me doing that at some point. Further down in the championship standings, we got 5th of Crisscross, who has just gone back to the pits. We see him there, the Zerkotech driver. Now, Crisscross is a driver who won the opening round at Nürburgring GP quite comfortably. But the thing with Crisscross is that he's not available for every round, which is why he's in lobby 2. So he has decided tonight that he's going to take part in the fun, and he's going to start in near the back. He's going to be setting a 1:15-ish. So that's going to be great to watch him try and fly through the field. So that's going to be fascinating to see. 6th overall in the championship is 1805. He's on 22 points, 1 behind Crisscross. 7th is Shadow Stalker after that phenomenal 5th place last time out at Laguna Seca. He's on 19. Tinny Tortoise CRT, he's in 8th place in the championship on 17 points. Suburtis, missed him last week, the Fuchs driver. He wasn't here at Laguna Seca. He's on 11. Jay Coleman is on 10 points. He is here tonight. He obviously has to alternate every week. He can't be here every week due to commitments with work. In 11th place in the championship, we have Slow Seamus, who I have seen on circuit. There he is. Slow Seamus in the Adrian Flux car there. That striking blue and black livery for the championship. He's gone very wide at Paddock Hill Bend and into the gravel. Round he goes. All too easy to run too far out onto that white line there, and it just sucks you off the track. That's exactly what happened to Slow Seamus. And Suburtis has joined him in the sand pit as well. I'm sure they'll be able to have some fun digging the front splitter out of that gravel trap. Lastly, one driver who isn't here tonight, rightfully so, he's got a number of very important things to consider at the moment, is DMK80. He was here last week at Laguna Seca. Obviously, at the moment, as D Whitehouse has just gone off in the background. Yeah, that was D Whitehouse going off at Graham Hill Bend. Now, the reason why is D-White's got a big cloud of dirt in front of him in the pit lane. Not sure what's going on there. Slow Seamus apologises to Suburtus for some reason. But in any case, the reason why DMK80 isn't here tonight is that his daughters are very slowly but surely gaining full fitness now that they've, you know, very prematurely born. They were earlier on in the year. And here at NXTGEN we wish them all the best, and it seems to be that he may be able to take them home soon, which is absolutely incredible news. We really do hope and wish the best for DMK. So that is the situation in the championship as it stands. We've still got a moment or two before we start qualifying, so I'm just going to exit for a moment, just let the drivers know that I'll say 1 minute to qualifying. I type a message please, that would be fantastic. So 1 minute. It takes too long on a PS4 controller, that's to say. Qualify. This is the. I bet you're all loving this content. Right, there we go. 1 minute to qualifying, so I'll start it shortly. And yeah, you know, we're around Brands Hatch Indy, this amazing circuit. Let's not forget, you know, it's historic in a number of different ways. It's really easy for beginner drivers to get used to the circuit, and at the same time it provides a challenge for the experts as well, because it's not an easy track to get right consistently all the time. The GP loop is very difficult in terms of going from the back end of the circuit, and the Indy circuit is very minimalist steering inputs that you need around here. You need to nail your apexes, your braking points. If you don't do that, you're not going to be getting the best laps around here. So a number of drivers going for pole position. Going to be really interesting to see who gets that pole. We've got 5 drivers not taking part in qualifying, 4 because of the top 4 reverse grid, and Crisscross because he wants to. So that's what we've got to contend with. I'll exit now. We'll start qualifying. There we go. So the qualifier has started, and 20 minutes the race will be, 10 minutes for the qualifying session, so the drivers will get a number of laps in for today's sessions. Fairly certain of that. We'll just wait for the drivers to head out there. Got a number of them coming out at the moment. Coleman's still in the pits. Tinny Tortoise. Timmy, the first driver on circuit, and the first driver to go not in the gravel track, but 1805 has, and Danzo followed him through. So not convenient for the two drivers, but Seamus will be the first driver as it stands to set a lap time. Going to be interesting to see how they get on, and we will run through a lap as well on board with. Let's not go with Seamus. I think we've run with Seamus before. I don't know if we've run with Danzo, Shadow Stalker, Bertus, 1805, Coleman. Yeah, let's go with Coleman. We'll go with Coleman for our lap on board of a driver. So we'll just cut through to the interior cameras there. 9 minutes on the session to go for qualifying. So here we go, out of the final corner then, as we approach Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. Right up to 6th gear potentially in these cars. I think Coleman, no, elects to stay in 5th. Down into 4th gear. Will he drop it to 3rd? No, keeps it in 4th. Pins the car. Nice line through there. Missed the apex slightly as he goes down into 2nd gear into Druids. Got to make sure he gets the car lined up properly. Coleman elects for 3rd. Runs a little bit wide over the curb, but that's fine. Now into Graham Hill Bend. Quick left-hander. Got to be careful he doesn't go wide like 1805 did ahead of him. Then through the quick left-right chicane. Little bit of a lift, no braking for him as he chucks the car through down to 3rd gear for the final corner. Seamus sets the opening lap time. Danzo's a 10th.5 behind him. Well hooked up from Coleman through that last section as he now comes towards the start-finish line. Timmy's parked in the worst place imaginable. Coleman goes 4th on a 46.1. Timmy's set a 1 minute. He needs to go a little bit slower than that. Does Timmy. Bertus there, he's in 5th at the moment, 6 tenths off the pace. We've got, and he's run wide out of Graham Hill Bend. Is he in the wall? No, he keeps it on just out of the wall there. Good car control. Shadowstalker's in 6th then. Timmy's 7th. Crisscross, D Whitehouse all trying to line themselves up. Snav's done the right thing. pulled to the inside of the track, right out of the way. Sheamus, though, leads the way as it stands. It's a 1. He's got a 1/10 gap, effectively, to 18.05. There's 18.05. He's in second. Danzo's in third. Could be a career best qualifying for Danzo, this, if he can stay in third place. It should be an incredible effort from Danzo. He's never qualified higher than 5th place, I believe, according to my memory. So Danzo doing well at the moment. There's Coleman, 4th place at the moment. Bertus is 5th. Shadowstalker's in 6th currently. 1.1 off Sheamus' best lap. Tinny Tortoise has just done a 48.5. Timmy just saying, my bad, crossed the line too early. So Timmy has got a choice to do there. He can either drop to the back at the start, or he can leave the session and jump back in. He's got loads of time to do that, but that's what he will need to do. Sheamus there in 1st place at the moment, consistently in the 45 so far. Let's stay with him as he cuts through the left-right chicane. Very fast left-right hand, 100 mile an hour. He's going a little bit slow. He's 4 temps down. Crisscross has set his 1:15 like he said he would. It's 18.05. Tinny Tortoise has gone quicker. He's within a second now of Slow Sheamus, so he's up to 6th in the Sales Eye Interactive car. Shadowstalker coming round now, the final corner, yet to go quicker than his best lap so far, which was his first flying lap. He's had another mistake there, so he's just said, now I quit quali by mistake for Timmy. Well, you need to rejoin Timmy. That's all I can say on the matter on that one for Timmy. He just needs to rejoin qualifying. So, drivers currently still lining everything up. Bertus now with provisional pole. That's come out of nowhere from the Dutch driver with the Fuchs sponsored car there. He's done a 45.6. He's a 10th and a bit up on Sheamus. Really good effort from him. Can Sheamus counter that though? In the Adrian Flux car, he can't. He does a 45.9. 18.05, just 100 behind that lap time. He's got D Whitehouse just practicing behind him. He will slow down, or has slowed down for some laps. Danzo's there in 4th, 3 tenths off the pace. Coleman half a second off. Then it's another half second back to Tinny Tortoise and Shadowstalker. Coleman now does a 45.967, so that puts him 3 tenths behind and 600ths behind Danzo. Bertus goes even faster now. That's a 45.53. So, Bertus finding his form around the Brands Hatch circuit. He did well around here last season, did Bertus. He qualified 6th, he finished the race in 7th, but he was fighting for a top 5 position throughout the race, so with the top 5 reverse grid, you'd expect him to be right up there. As Sheamus now puts in provisional pole. He does a 45.4. Shadowstalker's done a 46.7, so he's improved. I'm going to quickly type in the chat box, if I can. Apologies whilst the action is going on. See if we can do this as quick as we can. You know, we've got to help those that are taking part, of course. Actually, no, behind Snav. There we go. So that message has been sent. Let's have a look and see if anything has changed. Sheamus is still in 1st. Bertus in 2nd. Hasn't quite hooked up the laps so far. 18.05 there. He's in 3rd place. Still hasn't got into the 45 since that 2nd lap that he did. Sheamus has just gone even faster now. He's just done a 45.4 as he goes through the gravel at Paddock Hill Bend. Just about got away with that. As Bertus as 18.05. Coleman is in 4th. He's got 800ths on Danzo. Danzo's got 7 temps back to Tinny as he goes sideways a little bit through Graham Hill Bend. Shadow Stalker goes quicker again, still improving. Is Shadow Stalker. Can he get into the 45s potentially? Not improbable for Shadow Stalker. It's not impossible as he goes very sideways, going into Druids and takes to the grass that's on the inside there. He's fortunate it was there, not a brick wall. Tinny comes towards the line, goes 3 temps slower. And that's the standings as it is. He might want to... He's on a qualifying lap still though, is Tinny, so he can rightfully keep going. Doesn't need to move over for anyone. Seems to be that we're having a few problems in terms of issues. Looks like Timmy DJG is having some auto drive issues, and D Whitehouse as well is having some issues, so we may need to open up another lobby for this and try and get things fixed. If we can do that, then we will. Just watching here to see what is going on. Seamus still on pole position as it stands. Bertus is second. Coleman third. That are the positions at the moment as Coleman goes through the gravel trap there. Just trying to deal with an issue that's going on at the moment. Just trying to sort out these qualifying dramas that seem to have affected Timmy and D Whitehouse. D Whitehouse has left the room, so let's hope that he can get himself back in with 30 odd seconds to go. If not, D Whitehouse has rejoined, so it should be fine to go then. Just let's see if D Whitehouse can get back into the lobby in time. See if he's entered at all. Not coming up on our little scaler there. Got 10 seconds to go. It's going to be close. I hope he can get in. Seamus there though, still on provisional pole. Burt is still in second. He's got 1 lap to go. Coleman is currently third. 18.05 is in fourth. Danzo's fifth. I think Danzo is giving up on his lap. Yeah, he has. Shadow Stalker, this is his final lap. Tinny Tortoise is out of it. Timmy, I think, might be stuck. I hope he can race. Let's just see them. I think we've got a problem here. 18.05 has just gone second in the times. What a time to do it. It may come down to being set for a manual grid. It's always annoying when we've got problems in qualifying, but that is the situation. So Seamus looks like he's got pole position. Great drive for him. 18.05 at the death. Got himself into second. There's Suburtus as well. Coleman there in fourth place. I'm just writing these down because it seems like we've got an issue with the lobby. Always happens in lobby 2. We always have some form of issue. The Tinny Tortoise in 7th. And the last of the qualifying drivers. Then we cut forward where we should have Danzo, Snav, Crisscross, Timmy, and then Dave. So what I will do, I'll just quickly type in the chat box. Just exit that there. Yeah, we seem to have got a massive sort of wait for the lobby grid. Will be set manually. So if I can type it before, there we go, lobby grid will be set manually. So I will try and sort this out as best as I can. Just put everyone exit. So yeah, there we go. So everyone's aware of that now. People are leaving, and we will be able to set that up shortly. These are the settings we've got at the moment. So yeah, it's always a frustration when this happens. I've just got to wait for everyone to leave. Snav's gone and done a switch. There we go. So the race has been cancelled. So what I can do is change the event settings, which should be great if it'll let me edit them. Change it. Right. Grid order. Ah, that's why. Practice race. Set by host. There we go. I'm just looking for the area where I can switch everyone around. At the moment, I've forgotten. There we go, now it's come up. Right, so the grid order that we had. D Whitehouse has joined, so that's fine, that's no problem. So we had Seamus on pole. Put him up there. 1805, right at the death. Great qualifying from 1805, really needed that. 1805, obviously he has had pole position before, so he has started on the front row, so he's no stranger to that. Bertus will just click up a few notches. He starts in third. Really good qualifying for Bertus, that. Coleman, after missing last week, obviously due to work commitments, he's in fourth. Danzo should not be in fifth yet. Believe it will be Shadow Stalker, who will start in fifth. Or was it? There's one driver I'm missing, but I know by process of elimination I will sort that out. Tinny is there. Danzo behind that. Snav, yeah, Snav there. Crisscross ahead. I think that's fine. I don't know if there's anyone missing. 11 drivers. So Slow Seamus on pole position. 1805 will start second. Bertus will be third. Coleman will be fourth. We have Shadow Stalker in fifth. We have Tinny Tortoise in sixth. We've got Danzo starting seventh as part of the top four reverse grid. Eighth, Snav. Crisscross, who's joining in ninth for the fun of it. Timmy is there in 10th. And then D Whitehouse will start 11th and last. It says race is set to 1 lap only, so I'll change that too. Not sure why it's done that. Unless I'm being absolutely blind, which I probably am. I'm glad Danzo said that, otherwise we'd have had a very quick race. I did not bid for that. What I'll do for now, set the timer to 22 laps. The reason why is because I'll keep it there for now. If I can't find the timer, then what I will do is just leave it at that. It should be okay. I'll have a quick check. That's all fine, that's all okay. Ah, that may have been what it should have been. Let's change event settings. endurance race. Is that what it needs to be? Practice endurance race. There we go. Set by host. That should be fine. So if I change that now back to 20 minutes. There you go. You know what, Seamus? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So that'll enable everyone to get back onto the circuit. I'll double check the grid order to make sure it's all tickety-boo. D Whitehouse just telling me he's got back into the lobby, which is good. I know that for a fact anyway, so cheers Dave for that. Just waiting for Crisscross to enter. I can't check. There we go, now he's entered. So change grid order. So Seamus on pole. Yep. Hey! So we are ready to go then. I will put 1 minute to start. Just so that I can, one, catch my own breath, because I've been trying to talk all the way through all this, and get a quick drink of water. The drivers can do their own thing out on circuit. D Whitehouse saying, let's have a clean race. I'm a beginner. No, you aren't. So that's a lie. 100% a lie from D Whitehouse, who has won various other races, not just on Gran Turismo Sport, but on Project Cars as well. So D Whitehouse, definitely the opposite of a beginner, almost a veteran, I'd say, in that sense. So thanks for everyone to staying with us whilst the bit of calamity went on. It's only the second time I've ever done the event settings, and it's the first time I've ever done it by myself. So a little bit new, but we got there in the end. So 1 minute to start. I'm saying start. Let's do it, shall we? Jump into settings there. Quickly get all these open, which we have done. No doubt will go wrong. Snav does a big spin at Druids. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round 3 of the Megane Trophy, sponsored by PowerMax Racing, here with NXTGEN at Brands Hatch Indy. We've got Slow Seamus in the Adrian Flux car on the left hand side, 1805 in the Steel Seal car on the right. That is the front row. We've got 5 drivers trying to cut the way through from the back of the pack. 20 minutes on the right hand side. Here come the numbers. And the race is live here at Brands Hatch. It's a great start from Slow Seamus. He's got off the line well. 1805 though, trying to challenge into turn 1. He's not going to get there. 1805 second, Coleman third. Shadowstalker up to 4th. It's a great start. I think Tinny Tortoise is into the gravel. He got nudged there and down to last place he goes. Contact between Timmy and D Whitehouse in the background. That's unfortunate for Tinny. He had a great qualifying position, but unfortunately he's already down at the back. Shadowstalker though up into 4th place. Crisscross there up into 6th in the Zerko Tech car. He'll be looking to try and move forward. He's already challenging Sir Bertus as we go through the left right. He's got Danzo on his inside though. He's going to have to be really careful. Bertus clouting the curb and Crisscross going over the grass. Just about manages to avoid an accident. Shadowstalker though, he's up in 4th place, the highest he's been in a long time. Great driver from Shadow. 3rd place is Coleman. He's only 7 tenths behind 1805 in 2nd. But Seamus currently leads the way. We'll back out, come straight back in so we can get all the camera angles. There we go. That's Crisscross. Snav's going slowly. Snav is going very slow. I'm not certain what's happened to Snav. I think he's gone. I think we've lost Snav. What a disaster. We had no notification of what happened to Snav. I don't know if he's disconnected. Doesn't say he's left the room or anything. As that's Danzo going sideways, coming out of Graham Hill. D Whitehouse is going to get him because of that. Crisscross might even go around the outside. Not quite. But D Whitehouse, he's in 6th place at the moment. Shadowstalker's running in the top 5, where he finished last week at Laguna Seca. Going to be hard pressed to do it again, but great driving from him anyway. Bertus is 4th. Coleman, these 3 line astern as they go on to lap 3. Coleman setting the fastest lap of the race, and that's Seamus who's run wide. 1805's on the inside going into Druids. We'll cut to Coleman who's trying to make it 3 wide. Unbelievable. I think Seamus has lost the position now, and he has. He's gone from 1st to 3rd in the space of 1 corner. All because of a mistake at Paddock Hill Bend. He's going to be furious with himself. He's got a really good run through Graham Hill though. Can he try and make an immediate comeback? No, not through the left-hander. He can't quite get there. That's really unfortunate for Seamus. He's got to, and that's 18.05. He's gone wide. Is he in the gravel? Not quite. Coleman up the inside. We'll stay with Seamus. Seamus has got a very good slipstream. 18.05 trying to get into the slipstream. He can't. No contact between the two. This is going to be very dangerous, but Coleman's in the lead. 18.05's nudged him wide, and Seamus is now back up the inside. Is Seamus going to get his position back? He does. He's into the lead. Seamus, and he's got Bertus is looking for a move now, and Seamus, after getting his move back, to now drop to second again. Bertus looking for a move up the inside, trying to get that podium again. Can't quite get there. Here comes D Whitehouse now. The leaders who in the championship have now already fought their way back to the front. D Whitehouse on the inside of Bertus. He gives him room. Crisscross cheekily trying to look for a move up the inside. Made it 3 wide. D Whitehouse has lost out because of that. And D Crisscross is looking for now 4th place. Contact down the main straight. D Whitehouse looking for that potential move to go round the outside maybe of Crisscross. It'd be ambitious if he did. Crisscross though, late on the brakes, gets up to 4th. Bertus now in 5th. Looks for the switchback and he's got the line. Crisscross trying to move on the inside. Not quite happening. Crisscross has lost the position to Bertus, who forces him wide. And he switches immediately to the inside line as Bertus quite aggressively chops in front. Meanwhile, Seamus looking at Coleman up the inside, potentially for that left right-hander. We're not even 4 minutes in, folks, and already the positions are swapping like crazy. It's fantastic. Oh, Crisscross has punted Bertus, and that is going to cost them both an awful lot of time. Danzo now up to 5th. Timmy is in 6th. Bertus is in 7th. Crisscross, great sportsmanship there. Waited for Bertus. He's now up to 8th. He's got Shadow Stalker. Will he have a little look up the inside? No, he breaks early, does Shadow Stalker. But wow, what a start we've had so far. An action-packed 4 and a bit minutes already. Is that D Whitehouse looking at a move? No, it's not, but he's already up the inside. He's now got a free run to try and catch up to these two who are squabbling for 2nd place. 18.05's in 3rd. Seamus is in 2nd at the moment after starting on pole. That mistake he made at Paddock Hill Bends really cost him. And Coleman leading a race for the first time, I think, ever for Coleman in that 3M car. Coleman, just for the record, has never had a podium, and he's leading a race for the first time at Brands Hatch. These top 4 reverse grids always throw up a big chunk of unpredictability, and Coleman is that in a nutshell right now. He's in the lead. Seamus is 2nd, 18.05's 3rd. D Whitehouse up in 4th. Not going to be as easy now to catch up to these drivers, because these 3 at the front are quite quick. Let's not forget that. And Seamus has gone off. I saw him go off into the wall, and our pole position man has sadly dropped to 9th place. Shadow Stalker did brilliantly to avoid him. I thought he would have ghosted, but he didn't. Oh, he didn't have a great race last season at Brands Hatch, did Seamus. It just seems to be a bad circuit for him. It seems to be a bogey track almost. Such a shame for Seamus. But he's now down in 9th place, and he's going to have to work so hard to get back up. Bertus is back down to 7th. Crisscross looking for a late lunge on the inside of Timmy. He wasn't expecting it. And Crisscross, easy as I like, takes 5th place away from Timmy. And he's just done another purple sector. He's in the 44s, is Crisscross. Danzo's in 4th. He's doing 45s. Going to have to work hard to try and keep Crisscross behind him. D Whitehouse, though, is in 3rd. He's not making big inroads on the drivers in front of him. Took a 10th and a bit that last lap out. Let's look at the lap times now as Coleman crosses the line. He does a 45.9. 18.05 does a 45.4. D Whitehouse even quicker on a 45.2. So these 3 may start to converge. Got to be careful, because Danzo and Crisscross are fighting unbelievably as they now go towards Druids. Crisscross trying to go around the outside. Doesn't quite make the move stick. Right on board with Timmy as we watch these 2 squabbling for 4th place. And Crisscross, if he wants to win this race, he really needs to get past Danzo as soon as possible. But Danzo, as we know, is a very good defensive driver, and he will be holding on to it. As I say that, though, he's run wide going into the final corner. Does this present an opportunity for Mr. Crisscross? He's up onto the back of Danzo's rear wing. He's in the slipstream now as they approach that Paddock Hill bend. He pulls to the left hand side. Will Danzo stick to his line? He does. Crisscross trying to go for a move round the outside. If he pulls this off, it'd be unbelievable. Timmy, though, on board with him. Is he going to look? He's hit Danzo. That was not needed. Oh, there's more contact between the three drivers. Timmy has forced Danzo onto the inside. We'll cut to the outside shot. Timmy's pushed him off again. Danzo's gone flying. Crisscross has gone flying. Timmy is causing all sorts of dramas, and it's not necessary. Danzo, though, still somehow through all of that has held fourth. Timmy's in fifth. Bertus, thanks to that, is up to sixth now. Crisscross somehow is down to seventh. Unbelievable. Absolutely brilliant at the moment for these four drivers. A lot of contact unnecessarily from arguably Timmy that caused it, but he's on the inside and he's got past Danzo, it seems, into Paddock Hill. So Bertus looking for a move up the inside. Crisscross must be thinking, what the heck can he do to try and get past these drivers? He's trying, but he just can't find a way through at the moment. That is the situation as it stands. Also, another situation that's developed, 1805 has made a mistake, and that's Crisscross who's made a mistake now. Just held onto the car. Unbelievable. Crisscross, who's got the fastest lap by a good few tenths, just really unfortunate at the moment, just can't seem to find his way through. Bertus, though, now having to squabble with Danzo for fifth place. Timmy has gapped these guys. 1805 is about 1.2 behind, but this is the battle we need to pay a little bit of attention to as we come up to the halfway point of this race, because D. Whitehouse, Jay Coleman, just for the record, good friends. These two, good friends in real life, out away from the circuit, and D. Whitehouse will want to get past his friend. Nothing more intense than a friendly rivalry at times, and D. Whitehouse is right there with Coleman. He's going to want to get past at some stage and try and get off into the distance. He won't want 1805 closing the gap on him, that's for certain, who already is doing. And in fact, you can see the gap there, down to 6 tenths now. Danzo's got Bertus planted all over the back of him as we go on to lap 13 from lap 12 that we're on currently. Bertus, is he going to look for a move at the inside? He is close. Danzo defends, but nothing quite there for the pair of them. I think Timmy ran a little bit wide then, and he did. Ran a little bit too wide, and Danzo's got a potential opportunity. Not quite. He looked for it. I think Timmy just went through the curb there, or rather onto the curb and then onto the gravel. Bertus is trying to force a move up the inside. Danzo says, have some of that, goes back in front of him, and Crisscross will get the momentum and take Bertus. Bertus tried to force a door open there that wasn't quite on, and Danzo, some would say rightfully so, others would say unsportsmanlike, as Danzo makes a mistake there as we go through the final corner. Crisscross pushes Bertus out wide, accidentally of course, and that is the positions as they stand. Will Crisscross finally be able to get past Danzo? He's been struggling all the way through this opening 10 minutes. He's got to look to the outside. Will he queue up the switchback? No, he's not quick enough through the corner to do that. He's too far on the outside to do it. Danzo shuts the door again, and you can see Danzo's been used as a battering ram through most of this race. You can see all the paintwork has been scratched away on the back of his car. Not really a good look for the Teng Tools driver at all. Further back, Shadowstalker's in 9th place, and the Geisen car has gone a little bit sideways through Graham Hill Bend. And there's Tinny rounding out the top 10 at the moment. We just saw Snav leave the room. Unfortunate, not really sure what happened, but here is the 3M train with 3 cars appropriately in it. Coleman leads. D's made a mistake, and D. Whitehouse now takes the opportunity that he needed. It's clean, it's thorough, it's effective, it's the championship leader. He's through into the lead, but Coleman trying to make a move now, back through, round the outside for Graham Hill Bend. I don't think he's going to be there, but he's not. And sure enough, D. Whitehouse gets the move done. He's up into the lead. He's going to be extending his championship lead as well if he continues to go like this. There's Coleman in second, just looking for a little nudge maybe. Not quite. 1805's run wide through the final corner. He's in third. Timmy still in fourth. Danzo in fifth. Crisscross still annoyed by the number 44 that's in front of him, no doubt. Bertus has dropped to seventh, and now he's dropped off the back so badly that Seamus is right on the back of him. Our pole position man who's trying to recover, looking to go around the outside into Paddock Hill Bend. That would be brave. Don't think he can. Will he look to do the switchback though as they come into Druids potentially? He tries. Bertus is wise to that though, and he's been forced to the outside as Seamus. But is the switchback on? It could be again through Druids. as they approach now Graham Hill bend. Too wide going through the corner, you can do it, and Seamus has gone flying off into the gravel trap, no doubt. Oh, he's just not had a good race as the Adrian Flux driver. It's unfortunate for him. Contact between the two. Chris Cross still 6th place, and he's dropped away from Danzo. That's going to be frustrating, but D Whitehouse now stretching his legs away from Coleman. This is still a great result for Coleman. He's got 7 minutes 30. He's on for a podium as it stands. I don't want to curse him. That's the last thing I want to do. 18.05. He's in 3rd place at the moment. He's driving really well. Could get another podium. Could 18.05. Providing he keeps it on the island. Timmy is setting 45 lap times compared to the drivers in front of him doing 46s. So he could be joining them as the 2nd place championship driver at the moment. Could be joining them shortly. Danzo's in 5th. He's still got Chris Cross behind him. He's defended brilliantly. Is Danzo as he looks now? Is that the chance? Is that the chance for Chris Cross? He's got the inside for Paddock Hill Bend. Now, has he got it sealed and delivered as they come out of the corner? We'll wait as they approach the apex. He has. Will Danzo... Oh, Danzo's run wide. I thought he was going into the gravel, then he's just about held onto it. Danzo in 6th. Chris Cross finally gets past the Technicals driver, who's put up an incredible defence as Danzo from Chris Cross. Really good driving from the number 44. But what can Chris Cross do now in fresh air? He's an exceptionally quick driver. You can see his fastest lap there is a 44.9. How quickly can he catch Timmy? And if he can, somehow potentially catch the drivers in front. I don't know if it's going to be possible to catch D Whitehouse at the minute. As we look to see now, Jake Coleman has been overtaken by 18.05, but he's going to go immediately back onto the inside of him. He's up the inside through Paddock Hill Bend, and that's cleanly done. Great move from Coleman. He's back into 2nd. 18.05, not quite close enough. We'll ride on exterior cam. We've got 5 minutes 49 to go. What an action-packed race this has been. I'm almost out of breath, quite frankly. Oh, Coleman's wide through Graham Hill. This is an opportunity for 18.05. He's going to be on the inside for the left-right. Can they get through cleanly? In fact, 18.05 lets Coleman through. That's really good sportsmanship from the two drivers there. They've battled really cleanly so far. And D Whitehouse, whilst this has been going on, has absolutely launched off up the road. Timmy, though, is going to make this a 3-car battle. And sure enough, Chris Cross is going to make it a 4-car battle in a few laps' time. Can he catch them before the end? Look at the lap times. A 45.1 from Chris Cross, a 45 from Timmy, and a 46 from Coleman in 18.05. So, this is on. With 5 minutes to go, this is on. Coleman again's gone wide through Graham Hill. Timmy's got a little bit sideways through Graham Hill. And look, it's almost like the Pink Panther is on his way. I wouldn't call it pink, it's lilac. But in any case, Chris Cross, 400ths of a second faster. He's setting fastest lap on this lap alone. And he's right with them. There is the train of cars that he's got to try and get past. He won't catch D Whitehouse now. I think that's game over for everyone else. There's the fastest lap of the race now, 44.949 from the Zerkotech driver. Oh, that's 18.05. He's gone wide. Is this going to present an opportunity for Chris Cross? He's already on the inside. He's already through before they get to Druids. Chris Cross up to 4th. 4 minutes separate him from a podium. Coleman, for the first time in 3 laps, finally gets Graham Hill hooked up better than he had done before. 18.05 in 5th. Danzo's in 6th. These guys now, further back down, are all sort of alone and on their own. So this is the battle where it's at. Chris Cross, after being stuck behind Danzo for so long, is now working his way up through the field. Coleman is in 2nd, desperate to hold on for that first ever podium. Chris Cross going for the late lunge on the inside of Timmy. Contact between the two. Definitely not intentional, but Chris Cross seals the move. Timmy, is he going to look for a move? Maybe a switch back? He's got to be careful because 18.05 trying to get underneath him at Druids. Doesn't quite stick though. 18.05 is going to have to be patient. These 4 still only separated by roughly a second or so. And now Chris Cross, can he get past Coleman for 2nd place? And Coleman's driven excellently all race. Timmy, who fought himself back from, as 18.05 has a quick chop, potentially trying to get up the inside. He's run wide though through the final corner. That won't help his cause. Cut to the external cameras. Coleman's got to be careful. Crisscross will go for that lunge if the opportunity is presented, and sure enough, he takes the position off him. Contact though as they run through, and Crisscross has gone through the gravel. I don't know if there was contact that caused it. Timmy's trying to go for a move up the inside. I don't think the move was on, but Timmy's forced that issue, and Coleman's gone down to third. Contact between 1805, who's been forced off the circuit, trying to get through. I don't think Timmy... I personally think, judging from that camera angle, that Timmy shouldn't have gone through like that. But anyway, he carries on. Crisscross, though, is into fourth again, after looking like getting second. He's now going to try and get back underneath Coleman if he can. Does Coleman shut the door? He's got room to do so. He can't leave the door open. He doesn't. He shuts it finally. 1805 is going to be furious at what happened. It was an accident between the two. Coleman trying to go around the outside. Can he make it stick? He's still there around the outside. This is impressive. Crisscross on the outside. Coleman takes a very tight inside line. And there's a little bit of contact. 1805's made his way through. It's going to be free riding to Graham Hill. This is not going to work. Someone's going to go off, and sure enough, 1805 goes through the gravel trap. Crisscross is up to third. Coleman, unfortunately, despite his brilliant drive, is now in fourth place. Danzo's rejoined the fun. He was about 2 and a bit seconds behind before, but he's got himself an opportunity to get into the top 5 again. He's got 1.5 minutes to do so. Crisscross now has put 7.5 tenths between himself and Coleman, so Coleman's potential podium has potentially gone. 1805 chopping in front of Danzo there, just stopping him from getting a move up the inside. Oh, that's Coleman's gone! Round into the barrier maybe. No, he keeps it out of the wall, but his podium adventure is done. Ah, such a shame. As Seamus gets past, he's in 6th place now. Such a shame for Coleman. He was having a great run. Danzo, though, is now up to 5th as a result. 1805's up to 4th. Crisscross is 3rd. I suspect Timmy will be up for an investigation later on after the race has ended. But look at this driver, though. D. Whitehouse, the championship leader, is on for his 2nd race winner free. He won last season at Brands Hatch. He started from the back tonight, and he's got potentially 1 lap to go, depending on how he wants to play it out. He's got 7 seconds. Oh, Crisscross is wide. There's a chance for 1805. He's up around the outside. He's up to 3rd. Crisscross making an unbelievable error. He just about held onto the car, but this is now not over. This probably will be the last lap for these drivers. Crisscross is going to have to absolutely go for an unbelievable move if he wants to try and get this podium. He's trying to go around the outside. Not quite happening. He's left the door open. Danzo looking for 4th. Oh, there's more contact. Danzo trying to look for the inside. He's up to 4th. Can he get 3rd? D. Whitehouse is already through. That's it. It's game over. It's done for them. This is the final lap. Timmy takes 2nd. 1805's 3rd. Danzo's 4th. Crisscross 5th. Unbelievable. Seamus is 6th. Coleman sadly 7th for him. Wow. There's Shadow Stalker coming across the line in 8th. Bertus is 9th. Tinny Torsos is 10th, but this driver has been phenomenal. The Hampshire driver of D. Whitehouse started from the back, been unbelievable through the race, was concise and consistent, precise driving. D. Whitehouse takes the win, setting personal best on the final lap. What a race. I was out of breath as they were coming across the line. But what a victory for D. Whitehouse. Takes his 2nd win of the season from the back of the grid. What a drive from that man. Whew. I need a big drink after that race, I'm fairly certain. Wow, absolutely phenomenal. 2nd place went the way of Timmy in that sense, really intense for Timmy. 3rd went the way of 1805 on the final lap. I mean, Crisscross making an uncharacteristic mistake there through Paddock Hill. That cost him 4th. Danzo got up to 5th as a result, which was great for him. Danzo, geez, yeah, I mean, or rather, Danzo was 4th. My apologies, he was 4th. He got right on the line. So, best result ever for Danzo. Overall, I mean, he's going to be absolutely chuffed to bits with that one. And Crisscross was 5th after all of that. But a lot of debating to go on after this race. We'll soon find out who says what at the end of all this. Next week we will be back, of course, at the same time as always. Last week was a bit of a blip because I was on holiday, but in any case we will be back for round 4 of the Megane Trophy. No top 4 reverse grid to contend with next week. I'm sure you're all wondering what circuit we're going to be at next week, and we will be at, for Season 18's Power Max Megane Trophy, we will be racing at Dragon Trail Seaside, so that will be unbelievable if it's anything to go by after this race. So thank you very much for watching tonight. It's been absolutely a pleasure as always to watch these races and to commentate on them. Please do share the content around. We always do this with NXTGEN, of course. It's a great platform to be able to use, and wherever you might be in the big wide world, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you very, very soon.